Hi everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. We're going to go over some of the surveillance that was done and the monitoring that was done allegedly by Patrick and Eric on the Whittakers and their home, including drones flying over right up to their house, possible cameras or microphones hidden in their house. We're going to go over that. And this became a concern of the Whittakers right after the restraining order that Eric pushed very hard for 3 days. And so Eric got the restraining order against BJ, so she had to leave the property. And this was on Wednesday, August 27th. And so there was a temporary restraining order, and BJ was told to leave the property, the camper where she lives. And from that Wednesday forward, Patrick and Eric were staying up the road at an Airbnb. And in the meantime, Patrick was paying somebody, a guy named Tim, to fly drones from his house up the road down to the Whittakers. Now, to me, it seemed like harassment and stalking, and we'll get into that as we go along here. Because this wasn't just a one-time thing. This was multiple events, and Patrick was posting them on his Facebook and mentioning even how they had to, he mentioned on live streams that he had to pay the drone guy. And where do you think that money came from? Absolutely, it came out of the Whittaker's fund that they never received. But of course, he took the money, the Whittaker's own money, and flew drones and spied on them. And I believe they're trying to catch BJ, which I think they pretty much admitted that's what they're trying to do, from the time that temporary restraining order came through on that Wednesday, the 27th. Because then we went into the last weekend of August, and this was the Labor Day weekend. And of course, you remember on that Sunday, well, they were all in the Airbnb. And so anyway, and during this time, during that temporary order, and they were all in the Airbnb, Patrick had this guy flying drones over their house. And whether they were home or not home, they were flying them over there. Like I said, I believe they're trying to catch BJ over there, but this is beyond catching BJ. This is like, it looked like stalking and harassing. They were not pleased. Larry and Betty are on the porch there. I'm not sure if Lorraine is over there. But flying these drones over there and then posting, see, he would go up and then he would go back over to Patrick's house where the drone guy was. And he did this multiple days in a row. As a matter of fact, it was on his Facebook, it was marked. And so see, now they're hearing the thing, now the guy's back and they're looking up, they know he's, so the guy's actually, it looks to me like he's harassing him and stalking the Whittakers. You know, they didn't like this. They didn't want nothing to do with this. They already had been forced by Eric to get this restraining order against their own family member, and now they got these drones flying over. And so, and this was, let's see, it was August 30th. It was September 1st, September 2nd. I think it was on the 31st too, and that was, I think, on a Sunday. But yeah, as you can see, just constantly over there for a few days in a row. And yeah, they were annoyed. He does not look happy. And of course, why would they be? Their life's being torn apart. They're in court all week. Their daughters got kicked off the property. They haven't gotten paid. By the way, Eric and Patrick had gotten paid July 21st. from YouTube and all the social media sites around that time. And they'd also gotten paid August 21st. So they've had 2 enormous paydays without barely getting Whittaker's anything. And then putting him through this in the court and the family and getting adult protection involved and getting BJ thrown off the property. And after all this, Patrick admits now that BJ didn't abuse anybody. She was just a fall guy, a scapegoat. And that she was just used as, to get out of Eric's plan and to get Timmy, because this was the week that Patrick and Eric were trying to get Timmy. And as you can see, Patrick is posting this. He's not even hiding it. Trying to keep the wolves away if you get it. Yeah, leave a comment. August 30th. So he's flying these drones all over their house. And day and night, you know what I mean? This one's dated September 1st. This one is August 30th. Look at, even at night, they're being harassed. This one is September 2nd, 2025. And this is when the Labor Day, when they're in the Airbnb. And they had Timmy there. And Patrick was there. Harassing these people. Okay, then after about a week of that drone stuff or whatever, the family gets taken away. Well, this is a few weeks, maybe a couple weeks after the family got taken away. And they believe that Patrick or somebody has hidden a camera or microphone in their house because they know everything that they're saying in their house. Patrick knows everything that they're saying inside their own house. Now remember, they've had that drone flying by and everything else. And before I forget, let's just before I even play this, what is a legal definition of stalking in West Virginia?
In West Virginia, stalking is defined as repeated actions, 2 or more, targeting someone and causing them to fear for their safety or experience emotional distress. This includes harassment, following, or surveillance. For legal advice, consult a professional.
Okay, 2 or more acts directed at a specific person to cause them reasonable fear for their safety, the safety of others, or suffer substantial emotional distress. This includes intentional repeated harassment, following, or surveillance. And interesting enough, Patrick is on probation right now, and he just got convicted of stalking in July. On July 21st, Patrick pled guilty to this very thing, stalking. He pled guilty on July 21st, 2025. And so if this would be stalking and he would be charged with stalking by any chance, this would be a repeat offense. Now remember, this was at the exact same time when the drones were flying there, when they had this barbecue on Labor Day at the Airbnb. Remember, every single Whittaker was here. They had just gotten the temporary restraining order the Wednesday before, which was, 5-6 days ago. And so right now, BJ cannot be on the property. And every single Whittaker, including Kenny, and every last one of them is here. So right now, nobody is at the Whittakers. Nobody. Except that drone flying there. Now, this was one of the nights. In fact, this was September 1st. One of those drone footages was from the night before and the night before and this night and the next night. So this was the time they were flying them drones. And right now, as this is happening, nobody is at the Whittakers. So their house is empty. And they got the drones flying over there. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because the Whittakers are 100% sure that Patrick or somebody has put a camera or something in the house, because every single thing that they say in the privacy of their home, Patrick knows about it. So let's listen.
Who is the cancer? He's wrong. I know. We know when the court date is, but we ain't gonna let nobody know. I know. That's all he knows. He knows on how he does that, but he does. Because we don't need a damn Tom, Dick, and Harry at the courthouse when we go to court. Well, he Patrick knows. How did he find out?
Patrick knows.
I think he knows. How do you find everything?
Yeah, Kenny says, how is he finding out about everything?
How do you find everything goes on down here then? Well,
How does he find out everything that goes on down here?
I'll tell you the truth. I think they got a camera or something hidden in there. I told you they had a camera somewhere about where we're at. Everybody told me they got a camera hid in the house. I really honestly do think it because he knows everything that goes on here. Shit that even happens in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick can tell what happens in the house every day. I think he won't put one in there. Him or Eric? Him or Eric Lincoln. Call his gone. You know that thing you put around over? That drum? That drum?
Mm-hmm.
You get everything in the house right there.
Okay, so now remember, just a week before or whatever, just earlier, every single Whittaker was over at that Airbnb for the day and then the evening. And they were flying drones over here and had the place to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And Kenny even said it must have been one of them times when we were all gone. And, Patrick is the big tech guy. You know what I mean? He's the one with the spy cams and all this other stuff. And this September 2nd, this is the day that Eric had Timmy down at Down Protection. Remember, he had his clothes on and he had the papers and it was going to be a big day and all that other stuff. And this is what they're doing to the Whittakers. Now, I'm not sure when that recording was of the inside of their house where they're just talking about that they feel like they're being spied on inside their house. I don't know what that day was, but obviously Patrick caught wind of it, or maybe that was his recording. I don't know. But Patrick knows that, that what's going on inside their house. And Patrick knows that they feel like they're being spied on. So Patrick, on October 3rd, Patrick confronts Larry, has him hop in the truck, and he's going to gaslight Larry.
I come down here, Larry, to get some things straightened up. So everything that I'm seeing on my Facebook is people asking me questions.
Mm-hmm.
As if I put a camera or something in your house.
I don't know you did or somebody else did.
Well,
That's what got me confused.
Okay, I've been in your house 2 times, and the 2 times I've been in your house is on crutches.
Yeah.
But not that long ago, they had all the Whittakers away from the home more than one time. So at any point, Patrick or somebody he knows, Eric could have put something there. Like I mentioned a long time ago, they could have gave him a clock to put on the wall with a camera. They could have gave them a gift. Whatever. There's an easy way, especially if your house is messy. They could find somewhere that looks like it hasn't been touched in ages and just put something there. You know what I mean? And so it would be real easy to get the Whittakers out of the house, which they did. Get them all out of the house. And, with the restraining order on BJ, and she's not allowed there either, well, then you got free reign to the house. They had ample opportunity, many, many opportunities to put something in the house if they did. So he's trying to act like it would be impossible for him to do this, but no. We can see multiple occasions where the house would have been open and all to themselves. You know what I'm saying?
What makes you think that I would record y'all or do something like that? What would you?
Well, let's see. You flew them drones over day after day after day and harassed them. You have secret recordings of, you have recording of Timmy getting hauled away on your Ring cam. You've got other things on your Ring cam as all kinds of things recorded that you put on Facebook and showed everybody. So we already know you have hidden cameras in your own house. So yeah, to say what would you think, like this would be just so far-fetched. Make Larry doubt himself, you know what I mean? And that's what
do you really think that? Do you really think that I would do you like that?
Yep.
Somebody has. I don't know who did it. I ain't quite no thinker right now, Pat.
Well,
I don't think you did it. I think somebody else did.
Well, the thing about it is I come down here all the time. I ask y'all if y'all need anything. I ask if you need a ride to the store.
Do you ask him if they need you to pay them? Because it's been, at this point, he's had July's, August, and September's checks. He's had 3 payments that he's not handed over to the Whittakers, so he's acting like he's some big help to the family because he can get what do you say, a bag of chips or something?
Give you tomatoes.
He got them tomatoes one time, some tomatoes.
As nice to y'all.
He was nice.
As I can possibly, but I can't. I don't know what else to do.
You can pay them all the thousands of dollars that you owe them, but that's right, you gave them some tomatoes and some potato chips.
Anybody really didn't want to bother you because you got a broken leg.
Y'all don't bother me. Y'all guys.
Yeah, you're content, so don't worry. He'll be down when he needs to make money off you guys. So there you go. He got confronted and he's getting busted up. Now I showed on a video how people were bringing up the thing about the drone because Patrick was posting it, the drone down there, and a lot of people weren't happy about it. It looks like you're harassing the Whittakers. It looks like you're stalking them, and they're not happy. You can tell they're upset. And so people are not happy with this drone thing. And so when they bring it up on this live stream, now remember, they're in the Airbnb and they're flying that drone. Patrick gives the signal, drops the glasses down, and that means move in a different direction. Stop the question. So,
yeah, that I've done. I would love to see you because it's this. I don't know if you want to talk to it all, but there was something about a drone going on. I mean, somebody
see his reaction?
How Patrick, the drone master, I saw some other comments about a drone being on the property and
drops the glasses down.
I didn't grab those, but I've just seen a couple of them talking about drones.
He drops the glasses down. He sees the signal. That means move to another question. And you see how Eric froze? Just to show you again. He had like a physical reaction. And he just froze. Yeah, he had nothing to say about that drone, did you, Eric?
It's about a drone being on the property and Larry seeing it. I didn't grab those, but I've just seen a couple of them talking about.
And nobody says a word, but like I said, Dwayne knows he needs to move in a different direction.
Let's see. Oh, well, kind of a different direction, but Rhonda was asking.
Yeah, in a different direction. Look at their reaction, because they know they were stalking and harassing them. And people didn't like it. And he's posting them with the dates on it. Exactly what he's doing. And that about wraps it up. But before I leave, I just want to remind you of this date. This is September 1st. This is Labor Day 2025. This is the day he rolls the TV out. And they had the barbecue and they had the Whittakers there all day. Every last one of them. And they got the drone over there. The drone guy, Tim. And he's over there right now as we speak doing that drone thing. And they got free range to the Whittaker's house. And during this evening here, Larry is upset And when Eric asked him, why you all mad? Larry said, because I went to the court and I told him what I was supposed to say, and you guys said that you wouldn't post that video of me taking the gas, because they blackmailed him. And even though they blackmailed him to go to court and say what he's supposed to say, Larry did. He went to the court last week, told them what they're supposed to say, and Patrick posted, this is the day that Patrick posted Larry stealing that gas. That's how rotten, that's what he thinks of Larry Whittaker. Even though he did what he was supposed to do in court or whatever, they didn't like it. It wasn't good enough. And so on this very day here, as they're flying drones over the Whittakers and harassing them and everything else, this is the day that Patrick posts that Larry taking the gas, so everybody thinks Larry's a thief now. And Larry, they can think all rotten things about Larry. So they're already treating the Whittakers like garbage, you know what I mean, this week. As they're going to the adult protection and Patrick and Eric filling out co-daddy-ship for Timmy Papers. Anyway, that about wraps it up. There's charges against Patrick for exploiting the Whittakers. I mean, just think about this. Now, if this is stalking, which I believe it looks like it is, you've got Patrick using this drone to harass and stalk, in my opinion, 3 vulnerable adults and 2 senior citizens over the age of 65. If this is a crime, I think it would be a very serious one because, again, you've got the same victims. Like I said, 3 special needs and 2 senior citizens, again. And it would be a repeat offense if it is stalking. So hopefully the police maybe can look at this video and see what they decide, because I don't see how this can be legal to do this to somebody. I mean, yeah, you can fly drones or whatever, but you can't harass people. And this has been on multiple occasions. He even posted it with the dates. There were multiple dates. He did this day and night. So anyway, that about wraps it up. And we'll just see what happens as it unfolds. Thanks for listening, and peace.